guys and gals. We're live. I'm Brian Littleton, your host of Racelogic Chassis School podcast tonight, and we got Matt Henderson in Lenore City, Tennessee on tonight. Matt, good to have you on.
Great to be here, man.
Matt, I talked to you about a couple of months ago, and I know you've had a hell of a year. Kind of go through your year a little bit, then we'll get in some details on what we're going to talk about later.
Well, we the first race we ran this year was the Ice Bowl. We ran the limited late models at the Ice Bowl and won that, and then just kind of got rolling there for a little while. Got us 9 wins and been in the hunt the last few weeks, but had a blown tire that wrecked the whole race car. We got into the fence, and then the next week had a fuel problem that ended up hurting one of our motors. So we've had some bad luck the last 3 or 4 weeks, but we've won 9 races this year and had a good year so far.
Yeah, I knew you'd won a bunch of big races, and just about every top class. Am I saying that right?
Well, every touring series that we've started with this year, we've won with. So, yeah.
Yeah, I knew you had a great year. Matt, we'll talk a little bit. Last year we decided, me and you talked at the Street Stock Nationals, and I said, man, I really think we need to look at a crate late model chassis school, and you said, man, I'm all on board, and so then you went and convinced Chip to do it, because I know that's not his that's not his cup of tea, but man, he done a great job, and I couldn't be more proud, really. Probably the biggest class I've had, and probably one of the best I've had in years, and we had people coming in the door we didn't even know was going to show up. So what a year, what a class we had last year.
It was pretty amazing, man. We said we were going to do the deal, and it filled up pretty quick when we opened it to enrollment. And then extra people came. We didn't know it was going to be in the area, and just came, man, let me in, please. Just I'll pay cash at the door or whatever. And it was really great. See that much enthusiasm, and from everything I heard, everybody was happy and satisfied with everything that they got out of it.
Yeah, I've done these. I think that was my 26th year, and man, for the first one to ever, that we ever done together, I mean, I just couldn't have been any better. I mean, just great attendance, and I think we probably had guys from about 10 states, I would say, that came, which was amazing, all the way from Texas to, just all over. So, I knew that was something I needed to do the last couple of years. I just didn't have the right guy in place. And I got to meet up with you, and I said, this is my guy I want, and, we added Robbie Bilbrey, which was a huge asset last year. If you're around that guy 5 minutes, you're going to be smarter when you leave,
Yeah.
Dave Hammond. I mean, Dave is another guy that's always been there for me and helped any way he can. And I just tell him where to be at, and he shows up and does a hell of a job. And then, Ben Baker was there, and what a wealth of knowledge that guy is. I mean, he can talk about a drag car or a late model. It really don't matter. He brings a lot to the table. And of course, Chip, he was pretty nervous at first, but man, he ended up being kind of the life of the show there at the end, and really helped guys out. And Steve Hendren, another guy that, he's another guy that's probably public speaking ain't his thing, but man, he was so excited when he left there, and he's ready to come back and do it again. So, what a team we had. And that's another reason that I wanted to go ahead and talk tonight. I know me and you've been in the works of looking at a class next year, and we finally reached that information. So I thought we'd do a live show here and put it out. Are you in the shop that we did it in last year, or are you in your own shop?
No, I'm in that shop. That's where I'm racing out of. Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and announce now that there will be a 2022 chassis school, crate late model school, with the same instructors we had last year, the same venue we had last year. That shop, how big is that shop, man? I know it's big. I don't know exactly the feet on it.
I would say 60 by 100, probably.
Yeah. It's massive. Got a 2-post lift on one end of it, I know, and we was able to get a brand new CVR car in there last year, and we hadn't talked a lot, but I'm sure we'll have another CVR car this year in the
I'm
house,
sure.
somebody's. So we'll do that again, and I think we've learned some things from last year. We want to do better, and we've already discussed some of that. So there'll be a lot of things that we'll do that we'll even do better. So next year's dates is going to be January 15th and 16th in Lenoir City, Tennessee, same location. And I think me and you discussed it, what we're going to do. Anybody who bought the class online or who paid online last year will get first dibs at going to the class this year. I think it's only fair. They were willing to come last year. So I think it's only fair to them guys. Loyalty goes a long way with me. So we're going to give them first shot to get in the class this year. So I think we decided in about a week, we will send an email out to the email that was attached when you signed up online. So any of the guys who paid at the door or something that want to go, contact me personally or Matt, and we'll get you on the list. So you'll get an email in about a week. Kate Dillon's working on that for me right now. I talked to her today, and you'll be able to go ahead and sign up. And then we're planning on August 1st to have the website live, and anybody who wants to sign up will be able to do it. And guys, I'm telling you, I've done this long enough. It's going to sell out. I'm saying it's going to sell out in a few weeks. I really don't know. I know it's early, but Matt's got a full season left of racing, and I'm busy with other classes and things, so we want to do it early and try to get this put out so guys can schedule their vacation and plans. I'll have a host motel again. It'll be the Hampton Inn. I'm struggling trying to get a hold of somebody at these motels. They're like everybody else; they're shorthanded, and they won't call you.
Get anybody to work.
Yeah, I've tried to contact a couple and still hadn't got answers back, but I will get on that. So there will be a host hotel. It'll be the Hampton Inn there in Lenoir City, and I think it's about 7 minutes from the shop or something. It ain't far.
If that, yeah. And they're paving the roads right now, making it a little nicer. So, there's restaurants, everything around, all the accommodations you'd want. We border Knoxville, Tennessee, so there's plenty of things to do for nightlife and stuff. You're not cooped up in a hotel unless you want to be. So.
Yeah.
Last year, some racing was going on, and we sat in the shop that night and had a few beverages and watched some racing. I mean, we don't just dump you off in a city you're not known at and just leave you with it.
Yeah, what a great time last year, and we plan on doing that again. We kind of done a Friday night meet and greet deal, and I'm sure we'll do that again this year. Any guys that come in from out of town will be able to come to the shop, kind of meet some of you guys. It takes a lot. People think I'm crazy, but I've been working on this since last year. I took about a month off and then I started back. To get all these guys that are coming to this deal, the instructor side of things, it's hard to get their schedules worked out. With PRI coming back this year, and then the Florida starts there, and then of course Kate Dillon's got her
car show
the first weekend in January.
We made sure not to schedule on that.
Yeah.
That's a good deal for us last year. So we wanted to be able to attend that this year. So.
Yeah. And like I said, we wanted to put it out early and give guys an opportunity to go ahead and plan for it. I know it's early, but it's just something I needed to do to get that off my list. And I know it's something you needed to do to be able to get all your ducks in a row and get everything scheduled in. And
well, me and you get covered up in messages. I mean, we talk once a week or better, and we get covered up with messages, people asking, are you doing it? And yes. And we want to give people time to plan on making that purchase, and hey, I'm going to need a hotel room in January and things of that nature, because, if you wait till last minute, you may not get to come, but if you got a chance to plan it, it makes it easier for everybody. So we're trying to get that out there ahead of time to where everybody's got a way to plan that.
Yeah, I know guys come from other states and stuff, and it's hard, I mean, it's expensive. I get all that. It's going to be the same price as it was last year. I've tried for 26 years to make it. You will not, you can go buy, I don't know what a set of tires now for a late model costs, but I guarantee you it costs more than what it does come to this class, or as much.
If you can even get them right now, it's about $700.
Right. And this is, less than that. So, I mean, it's half of that. Excuse me. So, it's going to be, this will give guys plenty of opportunity to save their money up and do it. So, in about a week, we'll send an email out to everybody who either purchased class online, because we probably had as many purchases online that bought it in person. So they'll get an opportunity to do it in person. And I can tell you, and you'll say this over and over, there was true good information that was gave out last year's class. And if you want to elaborate on that some, you're welcome to.
Well, the thing about it is, you can go to these other schools, and I'm not getting into what they do or don't do, but when you don't have guys doing what you are specifically doing, and this is for crate late models specifically, that's what I do. I mean, that's where we're at every weekend. We're trying to win crate races, limited late model races, the less horsepower. You take a guy that's super late model racer, he wouldn't believe what we're doing on crate late models, and we're given the real information that we do, what we look for, how we maintenance our car, how we set up the car, what we do to go to the racetrack each week. We give that real information, and obviously Robbie Bilbrey builds my shocks on the 17 car that I drive. He's giving you real information. I mean, he wants you to be better. You are coming, putting faith in him, knowing what he's doing. By purchasing your way in, we want you to benefit from that. We want you to leave here and go win races. We all take pride. You send us pictures get posted in the Racelogic page of wins. We take pride in being a part of that. We live through that all year and take pride in that. You got Steve Hendren. I know a number of guys that don't have Hendren racing engines that have messaged him because they developed a relationship with him at Racelogic. He doesn't go, "You're not my customer, move on." He goes, "Let's try to work together and figure that out." We all take pride in being a part of that. Even Chip has taken and fielded calls from people that don't have his chassis, that's just looking for input, something. "Hey, man, we taught at the Racelogic school, and you touched on this. Can you help me here?" I mean, we don't say, "Here, pay us for 2 days, and 2 days is all you get." We don't just leave you at the door. Just, we all take a lot of pride in this. Ben Baker, Dave Hammond, my God, what a wealth of knowledge he is, and a firecracker. But, I think we all take pride in that. So I'm looking forward to doing it again. Like you said, we're going to improve it. I think the giveaways and things that you get when you walk through that door are worth it. Last year, the average guy got about 3.5 times what they ended up paying. I mean, honestly, everybody got something, and nobody left here with less in product or discounts or something than they paid to get in the door. And I took pride in that. I mean, we worked hard to get people helping us to reward these people for coming.
Yeah, and that's something that I've took pride in, especially the last 5 years. And, AFCO's been in Longacre. I think last year, me and Ben counted around, I think it was around $20,000 in gift certificates. Maybe not everybody uses AFCO products, but I guarantee you sometime during the year, they're going to buy something and, get $200 off $400 order or whatever. And I haven't spoke with Ben, but I'm 99% sure that they'll be back on board again. And you had several of your product sponsors that chipped in last year. That's something we'll get started on, because that's important to me. Like I said, it costs guys a lot of money to come, but if they can come and get, a couple $100 or some guys won a lot more than that. I mean, we gave away some nice stuff last year. I mean, some really nice stuff.
I haven't talked to him about this specifically yet, but I'm going to get Hendren to do something. He just doesn't know it yet. And then you got Wild Race Products. They'll do something. One of the partners at CVR, KRC Power Steering, we'll get them on board. Just some people that love helping racers. I mean, all the brands that we've associated ourselves with actually like helping racers. And that's one thing that we convey to them that Racelogic does. It helps the guys that are trying to get better. It's not somebody wanting a handout. It's people that are actively seeking to work harder on their product to get better. So a lot of the companies that we deal with love helping guys like that. So it'll be bigger and better this year than it was last year. Probably any of the schools have been. It's going to be massive.
Yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to, and I'll get started on some of the product stuff. It's the end of July, almost August, and you got couple more serious months of racing, probably
Mm-hmm.
a little longer than that. But I just wanted to get it out early. I try to do everything ahead of time and get things scheduled. I don't do anything last minute. I mean, it's a long tow for me. I think it's about 10 hours, and then so I got to get all my guys rounded up and together and get them all on board. And so far they've all they're all going to do that. And I even bought a bigger trailer this year, so I'll be able to haul more stuff in it and be able to. I think last year we had the TV screens. I've got 2 new ones this year, so. And Kate will be back. I spoke with her for about a couple of hours the other night, and she'll be back filming it again. So
that's what's funny about Kate is she gets wound up. She wants to be a student of it too. She likes learning it too. I mean, she loves being a part of it, and she keeps us going too and moving and helping direct the questions and all that. So she's a big asset too that we really don't give enough credit to. She kind of keeps us all headed the right direction.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I wouldn't be where I'm at, without Kate Dillon and Ben Baker's been with me a long time. And well, everybody has. I think you're my second year now, but Kate's brought something new to the table. There's some guys that just can't come. I mean, there's guys that bought the class from California to all over the Northeast, and some guys just can't come, and I get that. So we will have the live version again. Kate does a great job of filming that, and then, like I said, something we done last year that we had the camera there. So if you was up working underneath the car, looking at something, we was able to show that on, I think, a 60-inch TV screen is what I've got. So we'll have all that this year. And then we got sound system. My buddy Robert does all that. So, you can hear in back of the room, same as you can hear in front of the room. That's just some different things we've added,
We ended up with around 120 people last year accidentally. We don't try to do that, and we won't do it this year, but that's where we ended up in the shop last year with just extra people that started showing up, and all of them, I mean, in the very back of the shop, it's a pretty long way, and they could all hear just fine. I mean, what you do is state of the art. So
Matt, we'll jump this question in here before we finish up. Somebody asked, how long have you been racing?
I started racing in 2002 and had to take a break from racing in 2006 till 2012. I had some back surgeries and stuff. So however long, 6 years, 13 years.
13 years. Yeah, I knew you've been doing it a long time. And I know you've drove different cars and different things, but it really looks like you and Chip has really worked well together, and your cars, I keep up with what's going on across the country, and if you're not winning, there's somebody in the CVR winning somewhere, just about every race, every track at some point. So,
we
go ahead.
We take pride in that. We give our customers the same information we're running, and if I can win with it, they can win with it. The secret's not in the seat, man. We just build fast race cars, and so we have to race our customers sometimes. A lot of times we try to go places to not do that just because we feel like we're taking a win away from the CVR if we go race those guys that are going to win anyway. So, we've got really talented people that are buying our cars right now. And like you said, CVRs are winning. And the thing, like you said, me and Chip work together like that. Him and I touch on it every once in a while, but we would have never thought pairing us up together would have worked like it has. I mean, we feed off each other on what we need with the race car, and it goes into the product we build for our customers. And I think it goes into what we do with Racelogic with you. I mean, we help each other, and I'm very proud of what we've been able to do with our customers. We got a lot of talent.
Yeah, and you'd mentioned earlier, there's other people that does some classes and online, and I don't really care what they do or when they do it. It doesn't matter to me. But I think we set ourselves apart in a lot of ways. Probably so much, and you may or may not know this, but I was approached a few months ago, would I sell Racelogic? And I said, hell no. I didn't even ask a dollar amount. I didn't ask anything. It was through a third party, but somebody asked me, said I was told to ask you, would you sell it? And I said no, because multiple reasons. I'd probably be smart to do it. I'm not getting any younger, and I work a full-time job, and it's a little easier now. My daughter's getting married in October and out of the house, so it's just me and my wife. But I work probably 60 hours plus 70 at my personal job, so getting away and doing these. But as long as there's racers that need help, and I'm physically able to do it, and I got the right people in place to do it, then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'm probably not the smartest guy, but I built the smartest team around me. I think that they are in racing that want to be a part of it. And me and you talked at the Nationals for a couple of hours, and I told you a couple of things that I asked. If you can't give true information and you're not there to help racers, we ain't doing it. I don't want to do it. There's a lot of guys that take a paycheck doing what you're doing. I was approached by some other chassis builders that wanted to be a part of this, and I picked my guy for a reason, because I wanted somebody that wanted to help racers and not just go in there and collect a check and tell them how to set their front end. And everybody can do that. So putting that whole puzzle together was something that I've been fortunate enough to do over the years, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. And we're always trying to improve and do things better, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And we've got guys. One of the guys that's here local that went to our school is Bradley Goodman. He's won a bunch of races this year and done really good. I've got to call him back here in a little bit. He called me a little bit ago, but that's one of the guys that we help year round. He's not in a CVR. He's in a Rocket Blue Gray. We help him year round. I mean, it's just, I don't know. You assemble people, excluding myself. I'm not talking about me. Chip was a race car driver and couldn't afford to race, and started working on everybody else's stuff and making everybody else fast. It was his dream to race, but he loved it so much, he just had to be a part of it another way because he couldn't afford it. Now he's building one of, I think, the best cars on the market. And when he sees someone that's trying to get better, that may not have the biggest budget, he helps them more than he would if it was a national touring series driver. So you got guys like that. Bilbrey helps guys on every level, and Steve Hendren helps guys on every level. Hammond, God, he's built things for every level. I mean, from super late models down to street stocks and 4-cylinders. And Kate, Ben Baker. I mean, it's just amazing the heart of the people that you've assembled. You really went soul searching, really, to get a team together that did the right thing. So,
yeah, and that it's hard. I mean, I look for certain things in guys when I do this, because I've had people ask me, well, how you pick an instructor? Well, for one, you can't be camera shy, but there's a lot more goes into it. There's a lot of smart people out there, a lot of smart racers, and there's a lot of smart racers that don't want to get up and tell you anything. And them in your industry, in the crate deal, or even in the open late models. So, to find somebody that's willing to help, and, it's a commitment. I mean, it takes a long time to put this together. A lot of information shared in 2 days, and that's, that's busiest time of the year for Chip. Most of these guys, it is. He needs to be back at the shop building race cars, but, he gives me about 12, 14 hours of his time to do this. And it ain't something that he has to do, but he wants to do it. So, it's been big. It's been good. It's been a big deal, for me. And this crate deal is just blown up, and it's all over the Northeast and down south. I mean, it's even moving more my way. Texas and Louisiana now, they're big down there. So we'll have we just, me and you discussed of where to do it, and there's 100 locations we could have done it at, but it just made most sense to go back in your back door. We got so many states we can cover, and it's easier for Chip because he works about 100 hours a week, and he can leave his shop and be over there in 15 minutes, and that's so it just worked better for everybody. And of course, Steve's and Kate's just 4 or 5 hours away, so yeah. Now Dave has to drive from across the world to be here, but he don't mind.
But he's used to that because he lives nowhere.
Yeah. And Ben's the same way. Ben told me he'll be gone 3 weekends in a row. He'll go to Kate's deal and then to your deal, and then the following weekend we're going to do a street stock class, and I'll come out with more info on that in a week or two. But a lot of exciting things going on right now for sure. And this is from Bradley Goodman here. Says, thanks to Racelogic Chassis School and Buddy Matt Henderson, striving to get better each and every week. So that was nice for him to throw a shout out there.
Yeah, okay. I got to call him when we get done. He called me a little bit ago, asking me some questions, and it was a little more technical than I could get in text when he texted me afterwards. But that's one of the guys that I'm proud of. Went through the deal, learned a lot, really dug in. If he had questions, he reached out. And, you know, I've enjoyed helping him this year. And I actually, usually on Saturday nights, his family goes live on his races, and I either go watch the race after the next day or whatever, or I find it live even if I'm racing. So I try to keep up with him. So I do that with a lot of our people. One of my buddies, Monty Skinner, came, and you know, he's enjoyed a lot of success this year. I don't know if any of it was attributed to us, but I've kept up with him more than I ever have. And Blake, I mean, just a bunch of guys that, you know, have come and talked to us consistently, and we've developed relationships with them and friendships. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. It's a good time, fellowshipping and everything before the class starts on Friday night. We get together a little early before we get started on Saturday morning, and then we stay with everybody on Saturday evening and talk and watch a race or just hang out. You know, who knows what we'll do this year. I don't know what the racing schedule is, but I'm looking forward to it, man. It's an event. It's more than just a chassis school. It's not just a boring take notes. You know, it's something you really want to be a part of, either as a student or being associated with it like me. It's a really neat deal. I learned a lot last year myself, you know. So it's a really cool deal.
Yeah, and I'll finish up. You know, that's something I've tried to make it is more of a personal deal, like you said, and a good time. You know, people's taking a weekend out, spending a lot of money to come. So, you know, we usually try to do something. You know, we'll have on Saturday night, you know, we watch the races and stuff. A bunch of us went and ate together. Then, you know, Friday we kind of had a meet and greet. So, you know, we want to make it more, like you said, just come and sit down and take notes for 12 hours and you know, and something we'll do again this year that I didn't bring up, which I think it's important. Everybody who attends a class also gets the live version free. And so you can go back, and a lot of guys done that. And, you know, I don't really remember, they'll say, I don't remember something about a setup. So they'll go back and watch it. So you do get the in-person, plus you will get the live portion of it online free as well. So, I mean, that's big. Nobody in the industry is doing that. And I've always tried to stay one step ahead of what everybody else is doing. And, you know, I'm going to try to continue to do that. So they got a long ways to go before they'll catch up.
And for people that don't know, the live version that we put online is separated by the category. So if you're doing rear suspension, 4-bar, or whatever the case may be, front geometry, maintenance, whatever that category is, whatever you're interested in, you go to that category and you start there. You don't have to hunt and search for it. It's broken down really nice. You guys do a great job with that, but guys use that as a tool even at the racetrack. What did they say to do in the tracks like this? And they go back to it, and it's race day adjustments or whatever the category is. I mean, there's just a lot of really good information there that guys use year round.
Yeah, and that's something we started doing a couple of years ago, or I did, and that was Kate Dillon. We can thank her. What she brings to the table is just insane, you know, for the racers and what she's doing. And sweetheart of a lady, you know. I don't know how she puts up with Steve, you know, but no. And Steve Henry was another guy. I mean, he didn't know what to expect. He told me that himself, and he's like, man, he said once it got going, then it was even better than I expected. And he said he would be even a lot more prepared this year with, you know, a lot of things people ask, you know, throughout the year, even on their Sunday afternoon live deal. So he said he'd be a little bit better prepared. And we've spoke with Robbie some. We're going to kind of break down some of the things that he does and and we're just going to do everything we can to make it even better.
Yeah, and one of the most valuable things I learned from the class last year is don't talk to Steve Hendren before 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
in the morning.
Yeah, he is not a morning guy. He needs some coffee in him, and that kind of stuff. So here's a silly question, but we'll ask it. Do you prefer dry slick or tacky track?
Dry slick, man. Slicker the better.
Yeah, getting too old to bounce off that cushion, ain't you?
No, I like doing that too, but I would just
prefer
dry slick. I do the wall a lot.
Yeah, I've seen some right rears of yours. Racelogic looked good on there at one time, and then it was kind of scrubbed off. But
yeah, we tear it up.
Matt, we'll finish up. It's going to be January the 15th and 16th. It's a Saturday from 8 to 5. And Sunday, I usually say 8 till noon, but we usually go longer than that, maybe 1, 2 o'clock. I hate to put a certain, we're going to shut it off at this time. We're going to go till every question is answered in the building. And we will say this, SIMD's seating is limited, and we're going to try to cut back on some numbers a little bit this year, I think. And, so if you want to go, you'll get anybody who attended last year will or bought it online. You'll get an email in about a week or so. I've talked to Kate. She's going to get that going, and you'll be able to sign up early. Then August the 1st that's the date we're going with. I will announce the website where you can go on and pay and do it there. And anybody who came that didn't sign up online, if you paid at the door or whatever, just contact me or Matt, probably me because Matt's busy, and I'll get you on the list and you'll have first shot to go. I just think it's only fair for guys who spent money last year, they want to come back this year, or they done it online, now they want to be in person. They already paid us money once. I think we need to give them first shot, then we'll open it up to everybody else.
I agree. I mean, they've earned their spot to me, so I agree with that. And for those knowing, and we'll do another one of these or a quick post or something. The airport you fly into is McGee Tyson in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's about a 25-minute ride this way. So if you're making travel plans and you hear this and you're wanting to come, that's the airport. There's all kinds of accommodations. So.
Right. And I will have a host hotel. Like I said, I've reached out. It's just frustrating for me, but I won't quit. And we'll get a discounted rate probably. I like the Hampton Inn. It's next to the Cracker Barrel and
Chili's and Aubrey's.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to eat, and it's about 10 minutes from the shop. So anyway, we've got the news out, Matt. I know I've had people asking me for a while, and you have too. So now we can answer it. It's actually the same weekend as it was last year. The dates changed by a day, but it's the same weekend, same instructors, going to be bigger and better. And, we're looking forward to it, getting back and doing it again. And I'll let you finish up your race season, and we'll jump back on here in a few weeks or so. And I'll kind of let everybody know where we're at on how many's already paid, because I see it filling up in a hurry, and I don't want anybody to miss out. So you're going to have an opportunity. You got a few weeks here to save your money, and you'll be able to pay online or call me, and we'll set up something where you can pay me or whatever. But, I'm always available, and I know Matt is. Matt's a little different than me. I can usually field a phone call or a message on Facebook about any time. So anybody got questions, be sure and reach out to us. And Matt, good luck on the rest of the year. I'm still going to try to swing down out your way and catch a big crate race. I'm going
to a racetrack in Chatham, Louisiana. You need to attend. So
I'm going to go to that. Yeah, that's not about 5 or 6 hours for me. So it's about half the distance it is to Tennessee. So yeah, I'll go down there and we'll hang out and maybe we'll do a live deal there, and
we can do that
talk a little bit more. Matt, I appreciate you coming on. I know you got chassis to work on, and you got to get some wins going.
We're setting a motor in one tonight, and got 2 we're going to start on body on. So
good deal, Matt. Hey, I appreciate you jumping on here for a few minutes, and look, we got all the info out, so now everybody can rest assured there is a 2022 coming, and it's going to be bigger and better.
Great, man. Thank y'all.
All right, Matt. Thank you.